Hey, Richest you money maniacs, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about, could it be possible that it might be illegal to own gold? Let's get right to it. Hey, Richest you money maniacs, Tom coming at you. Welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about something that seems almost crazy. Could the government ever make it illegal for a citizen of the United States to own gold? Yes, they can. In fact, they've done it in the past. In World War II, they did it. There were other times in history of America that they've done it. So what would stop them from doing it now? Nothing. They have been doing whatever they want all along, including stealing your value right out of your bank account through hyperinflation, through printing of currency. Now, here's the curious thing. So they may actually make it illegal for private citizens to own gold if inflation spikes. And by the way, this is from an article from the Market Insider. Personal gold may become illegal if inflation spikes. Hedge fund manager Crispin Odey. Crispin, thank you so much for that insight. So think about that for a second. If you're already seeing articles about it, you can be sure that that is seriously being considered. Now, why would they do that? Because they're printing our currency, the US dollar, into oblivion. They know that when they print to infinity and beyond, that means the buying power of the dollar is shrinking. They also know that the US dollar is losing its position as the global currency, as the #1 global currency. They know that it's slipping. So the only way they can fight that now is to actually acquire gold to prop up the value of the dollar. Now, isn't that interesting? These are the same Keynesian economic students, right? Keynesian economics students who say silver and gold are not real money. They're not real money. Only currency that we print is real money. That's the only real value holder. When they know darn well that's not true, and now it's being proven true to the tune of 650 tons in 2019 of gold being bought by who? The central banks. Now, isn't that interesting? They are typing numbers into a computer, $15 trillion, 0.000000000, and they're using that fake currency that doesn't even exist to buy real money, gold. They have increased their acquisition. Central banks, remember, keep this in mind, are private banks owned by stockholders. They are not government institutions. So all of these private businesses that are central banks are creating money, creating currency out of thin air and buying gold. And then they're going to convince the elected officials that to make sure that the currency and that the market doesn't collapse into ruin, that citizens should not be allowed to own gold. Because, well, we need all that gold to be able to prop up the damage we've done to the market, to the economy, to the world for the last however many decades they've been in business. These guys caused the challenge, and now they're trying to hedge themselves against the damage they created. So, back to the facts. The central banks are buying up all the gold at an alarming rate. Why would they do that? Because they know that gold is a store of value that fake fiat currency will never come close to. That is why. Now, isn't it interesting that in the same breath, in public interviews, they will say, buy stocks, buy bonds, buy municipal bonds, buy treasury bills, invest in the government. Why would they say that, but then turn around and make sure that they have lots of gold? Lots of gold. Because those things that they're naming, treasury bills, bonds, stocks, all those things have no value if no one wants to buy them. Remember my video on retail investors, right? That's one of the secrets about the stock market people don't understand. If you hold Apple stock and it's at $50,000 a share, right? $50,000 per share for Apple stocks, and I have 1 million shares. And you turn around and say, okay, so I'm worth all this money. No, you're not. Not until someone's willing to give you $50,000 for one of your shares. If you can't find anybody to buy that share, guess what that share is worth? Zero. It doesn't matter what the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ says or the Nike says, or it doesn't matter what any stock market says or what any economic expert says or any hedge fund manager says. If you're not willing to open your pocketbook and give your hard-earned value to somebody for a share of a stock, that stock is worth nothing. That is why those central banks and the elected officials and all these big fund managers are telling the general public, it's a great time to get in stocks. You're getting them at a discount. Buy in now. Buy bonds. Buy municipal. Try treasury bills. Get in there. This is the best time ever. Because if you don't buy them, they're worth nothing. However, gold is always worth something. People love gold. Human beings love gold. So the answer is yes. They will absolutely, if required, if necessary, to try and avoid the pain of what they've caused, to try and find some other scapegoat, or to try and bolster up the dollar in some way, they will absolutely make gold illegal, which is actually part of the reason that personally I've been investing in silver, because silver is used in industry, and so they can't make it illegal. You have to be able to have silver readily accessible in the public and in the marketplace just to build cell phones and computers. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that silver gets used for. However, silver has not been so devalued for the last 5,000 years compared to gold. Usually silver is half the price of gold, but there have been times where silver has actually outperformed gold. And that has to do with more complex things like supply, mines being open and smelting and all of that, and delivery and all that stuff. But that's a different video. So keep in mind, yes, the government has in the past made gold illegal to be owned by private citizens, but the central banks can own it, and the government can own it, the US Treasury can own it. They will do it again if inflation spikes high enough. And guess what? They're printing enough currency, enough fake money with type in those little computer numbers every single day that you can guarantee that there will be hyperinflation. Crazy, as Mike Maloney puts it, in deflation. Some things will be extraordinarily high and some things will actually go down. Supply and demand. The fact of the matter is, the free market, no matter how manipulated it is over a period of time, after a while, the pressure builds up so high that nobody, including the central banks and elected officials, can stop it. And that is why they're buying gold. They know it's coming, and they also know that most people are not paying attention. So, if you made it to the end of this video, at least now you know. And knowing is half the battle. So there you go. I hope you found value in this video. I hope it helps you to start studying the right things to avoid the catastrophe that is coming our way as not just a nation, as an entire world. You must position yourself now while there's still time, and there's not a whole lot left. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please give a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We would love to have you as part of our Richest You family, especially one of the money maniacs. All right, guys, talk to you again real soon.